Alright, here we go. Let's draw problems 1 through 6a from OnShape. Alright, as I look at problem number 1a, I see kind of an L shape over in the right side view. So I'm going to sketch on the right side plane. Select that. I'll even turn the view to be on the right side. And I'm going to draw this, and each and every one of these squares represents 1 inch. So this is 3 over and 3 up. So I'm just going to start by drawing the bottom edge, then the back edge. Again, these measurements aren't correct here. I'm just taking a guess as to about what it should look like. And I'm going to fix those measurements with the dimension tool. So 3 by 3 is our outside measurements. These inside measurements are all 1 inch. Like that. And you should not have to dimension these right here. You could, and if you do, it'll give you a gray mark right here, meaning this is not necessary, because it has 3 and 1. It can figure out that that's 2 right there without us labeling it. So we'll delete that. Okay, so that's our right side view. I'm going to tilt it so you can see it, and we're now going to extrude that. Extrude is right next to the sketch button. Select in the middle of our shape, and this needs to pull out 3 inches. So right where it says depth over here, I'm going to change that to be the number 3 and hit enter. And since I'm done extruding that, I'll hit the green check mark. Okay, and lastly we need to cut out this notch right here in the top center. That's right on this face. So we're going to start another sketch. Put it on this face. I'm going to draw a square from that top edge. I'm just going to take a guess here, and then I will dimension it. It is 1 inch from the left edge. So 1, enter. From the right edge is also 1, enter, and the height from the top to the bottom is 1 inch, 1, enter. Okay, now that I'm done sketching, I have to hit the green check mark to finish it. There's our shape, and we are going to extrude it, and I'm going to select the middle of the square to pick that area. Now it's coming out, which is not what we want. We want it to remove, so you have to pick the remove option right here. And it doesn't quite go all the way through there, so let's go where it says blind right here. For type, we're going to select through all, so it goes all the way through, and then hit the check mark. Okay, that is problem number 1, and it is done. Finish it by clicking on the corner of your view cube here, so we get an isometric 3D view. Okay, down here in the bottom tab where it says Part Studio 1, let's right click on that with your mouse, and let's rename it to be number, we need that to be number 1. Right click on it, rename number 1A. Okay, so it has a name. There's problem number 1A. Now we're going to go on. We're going to do numbers 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6A. So let's get those tabs made. So I'm going to click on New Tab, Create Part Studio. I'm going to do that 5 times. Create Part Studio. There's 4 parts, 5, and 6. And I'm going to immediately name them all. Number 2A. Right click, rename. Number 3A. Number 5A, and number 6A. Okay, and we'll leave the assembly alone for now. And we're going to put all 6 of these drawings when they're done, and we're going to stick them all into one assembly. I'll show you how to do that when we get there. Alright, let's move on to number 2A, right up here in the upper right corner. I see an L shape over here on the front side, and I see a little cutout, and we'll have to add this in at the end. So I see 3 sketches coming on this one. So the first sketch, let's select the front view, turn it to the front view. Again, we're drawing this L shape right there. We're going to ignore that that's cut out. We're going to draw that shape. So 3 by 3. Alright, this time we're going to use the rectangle tool. We'll start at the center. This is going to seem strange for a moment here, but follow me. I'm then going to draw the L about like this. Right there, and we will dimension it. So 3 by 3. And these are 1 inch thick. Oops, undo. 1 inch thick. And finish the sketch. And when we extrude, make sure you only pick the L shape, not the whole square. Let's pull that out at 3 inches. And hit the check mark right there. Alright, next up, let's cut out this corner. Let's remove that. So let's sketch on the top surface of the L right here. Grab the rectangle, start in the corner, and let's dimension that. That is 1 by 1 in both directions. Finish your sketch with the check mark and extrude and remove all the way through. Change blind to say through all, and the check mark. So there's the cutout, and the last part we need to add in this little build-up right here. That's another rectangle from a sketch, so hit the sketch button. Let's draw on that same surface that we just drew on. Use the rectangle tool, start in the corner, and pull your rectangle all the way across. And let's see, this is already measured 2 inches. I don't need to dimension that one. Let's see if this one is already, that one's already 1. If yours isn't 1 inch, click it and type in 1 inch as your measurement. So 2 by 1 is the size of that. Finish it and extrude it to be done. Okay, 1 inch tall. Alright, there is number 2. Number 2 is done. On to number 3A. Alright, number 3A, let's see, I see kind of a big block on down on the bottom. I think I'm going to draw this in the top view. I'm going to draw this lower chunk, cut this out, and then add a piece on top. So I see 3 sketches there. So let's sketch in the top view this time. Turn it to the top. Rectangle, 3 by 3. Finish your sketch, and let's extrude that up. This comes up, looks like it's only 2 inches high. Type in 2 for depth, and finish your sketch. We've got a 2 by 1 rectangle cutout. Starting in this front corner on the top surface, so sketch up there. Draw from the corner, and I'm going to dimension this 2 by 1. 2 enter, and 1 enter. I am going pretty quickly right now to keep this video short, so feel free to pause or rewind me as much as you need to help yourself out. Finish your sketch, and we are going to extrude and remove 1 inch of depth right there. And then we'll do the same thing, except we'll add material in the back corner. So let's sketch up top here again. And dimension that 2 by 1. And extrude. Okay, looks like number 3 is done. On to number 4, looks like a staircase. Okay, on to tab number 4 down here, 4A. Let's sketch in the top view. I guess you could sketch it in any view. There's options here. You could build from the bottom up, you could build from the side. I'll leave it up to you what you want to do. You're welcome to follow me though. I'm going to go with the top view. And this time, let's use the rectangle. Yeah, let's still use the rectangle. Start in the center, 3 by 3. Hopefully you're starting to notice some pattern showing up here. We're starting off with boxes, and we're going to just simply draw and sketch what we think it looks like. Oops, I don't like where that's going. Let me try that again. Let's start over here. Let's draw our steps. Again, I'm looking down from the top like a bird's eye view right now. Okay, again, those were just guesses. Those aren't very good lines there, so we have to fix them with our dimension tool. These are all going to be 1 inch measurements that I'm about to do. I intentionally picked nice easy numbers for us to work with. Right there, that's our last measurement. Alright, and we're going to tilt that and extrude it. Let's go up 1 inch. Okay, let's sketch again on top. Alright, this time let's see, let's use the line tool. I'm going to just hover. I haven't clicked or anything. I'm going to hover over these corners and bring it over to the side. See that dashed line that showed up? That's an inference line that helps you to locate things. So if I draw from that spot and over, okay, that's already measured 1 inch. Now to get up here for this next line, I'm going to hover over the corner but not click. Come back, and now like if I click right now, it's already measured at 1 inch just by using points that are already established and measured out. So you're welcome to use the dimension tool again, that's fine if you'd like to, but it's not necessary if you use those inferencing lines. Okay, so there's our second layer. Let's extrude that up 1 inch and check mark. Okay, and our last step, sketch on top, and we should be able to pull to the corner. You can see that's 1 by 1 already. I don't need to dimension that, it's already done. And a final extrusion. Okay, and there is number 4A. Number 5, let's see, how do we want to do this one? I see that staircase shape, I see kind of an L shape. And if you don't like the direction I'm going, you're welcome to draw it in your own way as well, but I recommend following this. Alright, I'm going to go from the right side. I'm going to draw this L shape right here. So in the right side view, if you choose to follow me, draw in the right plane. Okay, so the bottom edge right right down here. Make that 3 inches this way. 3, enter. Straight up. 3. Back over. 1. Down 2. And over. And down. Okay, that's a start. Let's extrude that. And that'll be a 3-inch extrusion. Okay, we have some cutting out to do here. We have to cut this front corner and kind of an L shape up here to make the staircase. Doesn't matter which one we do next. I'm going to do the little one in the front, the cutout. So rectangle 1 by 1. Alright, and let's extrude that. Remove through all. And check mark. Lastly, we're going to draw the cutout. Sketch. Alright, I'm going to go down all the way to this corner. I'm going to go in 1 inch, 1, enter. Straight up. 1. Over to the left. At an angle. 1. And straight up. Finish sketching. Here's the shape that we're cutting out. Remove. And through all. Okay, there is number 5. Number 6. Okay, again, lots of options here. I see an L shape here in the top view. It seems like the easiest place to start. Then we could cut this out and add that chunk. That's where I'll go on that one. So on to 6. I'm going to sketch in the top view. So 3 by 3. Come down 1 inch. Over 1 inch. Oh, I'm sorry, not 1 inch. Let's go 2 inches on that one. I'm going to leave that little notch. I'm going to leave that out for now. Come back to that later. So I think it'll be less work if we leave it out. Okay, I'm going to extrude that up 3 inches. Okay, then we're going to come back and cut this out and add that back in. So I'm going to sketch right here on the top plane. So I had to pick that plane right there to draw on. I'm going to pull this out to these midpoints right here. These should help me to find it 1 by 1. You can always use the dimension tool to do that though. Extrude 1 inch. And then lastly, we're going to cut this upper notch out of there. So we have to sketch. You can either pick this view or you could do it on the top view. They both would work. Pick the corner. Go down, find the midpoint. That should already be 1 inch if you find that midpoint notch right there. Hit the check mark and remove it. Okay, and that's the end of number 6. Alright, so let's move on to the Assembly tab, and we're going to put all these in one view for a final picture that we'll take. So hit Assembly. Assembly is normally used for putting pieces together, making them interlock. For our purposes, we're just going to use the Insert button, and we're going to just place them all on your screen one after another in 2 rows, just so we can take a picture. So put number 1, 2, and 3 in one row, 4, 5, and 6 in the next. Right there, showing off your work. Hit the check mark. And if you'd please take a picture of your work right here and submit that. That is the end.